Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we've got ourselves quite the video over here by a content creator who's decided to put down the Genshin Destruction Mantle and instead equip the WuWa Glazing Mantle. Because there's actually a past video that GlaveKeo already made regarding the immense success of the Cyberpunk collaboration, but he's decided to do a bit of a double dip. He's decided to do a bit of a follow-up as well regarding a big name that really liked that collab. And that is, of course, TenZ for Wuthering Waves and the journey that followed. Because I've been somebody that's been relatively closely following a lot of the stuff happening with the guy, his journey throughout Solaris 3, and of course, well, the actual immense amount of love he showed for the game. Now, why don't we go ahead and see what GlaveKeo's actually put together in this 16-minute video over here, which I guess is going to detail some more fine details about that journey. So let's go ahead.
Wuthering Waves.
Let's go ahead and see why an ex-Valorant pro is now WuWa's #1 Kurobot. Because I think he might be a bigger Kurobot than everybody else in the space at this point. I feel like this game changed his life.
Wuthering Waves is becoming mainstream. I think a lot of people have already shared that statement a lot. It is a conversation that has been happening since a year ago, with tons of new content creators covering it, the characters dominating social media. The game won an award at the Game Awards 20.
This was big. Yeah, a lot of people kind of like viewed this as an illegitimate reward, right? Initially, because it was a gacha game. And they're under the mindset, oh, like the players just voted for it so they could get free stuff in game. Then there's like records of people where they actually play the game and they're like, oh, I see, this shit was like actually deserved. Oh, my bad.
2025, everybody considered it to be the peak of Wuthering Waves. But recently, with the Cyberpunk collab, conversations about the game have been becoming even more widespread. So
people still view it that way. I think it's harder and harder to do that, especially after the Cyberpunk collaboration. The Cyberpunk collaboration is actually a time when some of these individuals decided to give the game an actual chance because the collaboration was viewed really, really, really well. And well, guess what? It's a good sort of like lever. And when it's a critically acclaimed collab like this, where basically every single person says it's good, and it's like a AAA level collab, it's better than AAA collabs, well.
So much so that they reached TenZ, one of the most popular esports players of all time.
Wait till you're rolled. You're actually so clean. What the counterattack? Oh, what the there's a parry? Oh, there's a parry function! Oh my god. Oh.
WuWa's a good game for certain types of players. Think like your FPS, MOBA, etc. If you're like good or you like playing those types of like games, WuWa is typically going to be one that like kind of activates some neurons for you.
Wait, how do you... Okay, wait. How do you do this? How do you do this? Oh my god, the combat is sick.
Of course,
the funny thing is that unfortunately though, parries do kind of... The experience of hitting parries does truly depend on which character you're playing. Yeah, because for certain ones, it's like, oh, I wasn't even trying to do that.
Community welcomed him with open arms, and it became a very popular talking point in the space. But why does this matter? Well, before that, if you want to see more content from me, feel free to smash the like button and subscribe. Hit the notification bell icon to keep up with my videos.
Okay, why do you have to put this gay-ass one up here while you're saying that?
Without wasting any more of your time, let's just get right into it. First, let's address...
That one was just super gay.
The big elephant in the room. Who is TenZ? I am sure most of you are gacha players already and have probably never heard of him. So how are we going?
I don't know what it is, but I feel like for some reason, a majority of people, like a good number of people, even within the gacha space, have heard of him for reasons.
I'm going to talk about how big this situation is without you knowing who the main character of the video is. Because this guy is not just any esports pro player, this guy is the esports pro player. Just like who Faker is to League of Legends, TenZ is to Valorant. Coincidentally, they are both in the same org, but that just happened recently.
Isn't this like past I'm sorry. I got like, isn't this like past tense? Like all of this. Yeah, you guys remember that callback? You like that one? Yeah, like this is past TenZ, right? And this whole esports like player pro thing, he's like retired.
Let's go a bit further back.
TenZ really feels like a once-in-a-lifetime type player. Oh, man. All of him loses space, and he's getting a jumping one as well on his feet. I said this the first time I called TenZ. This is his world, and we're just living in it.
As you can
FPS highlights don't look that hype ever. I've realized that. It's really hard to make like FPS highlights look good. That just looked like some regular ass gameplay. Like, I'm just gonna be honest. Wow, dude, these guys, these hype dudes, right? That are trying to make like hype clips or compilations and stuff. Bro, FPS highlight makers, they got their money they got their work cut out for them. Bro, I feel like in like, I'm just talking about competitive games. Think like League of Legends. Bro, I feel like making a hype League of Legends clip is like 3 million times easier than this. Legit, I feel like because it's so much easier to tell when somebody's popping off in that game. But like, bro, this looks hard. Or maybe the clips were dog shit, who knows?
You can see TenZ's mechanical skills are just out of this world. His popularity
The fuck is this?
He truly exploded in April 2021 when he was loaned into an org called Sentinels in his prime. TenZ straight up.
This is actually great because I fucking hate Valorant. Bro, I think the game is so shit. I fucking despise it, and I have never even slightly cared about it. So, like, having somebody else give me the context on Valorant is, like, amazing because, bro, this is, like, the most unplayable game I've ever played.
Carried Sentinels to a championship where they did not drop a single map during the entire tournament.
Oh, he fucked them.
His level of mechanical dominance during this era created the largest individual gap between one player and the rest of the professional scene in the game's history.
So, like, this, I did hear that this is like the e-dating game, though. Yeah, I did hear this is like the e-dating game for some reason because there's like a lot of, I guess, girls that go on and they're just like fucking shit at the game. But like, if you're really good, you can carry them. So like, I think that was the past. I don't think that's the case anymore.
It is like he is smurfing, and that is putting it lightly.
And I think it's a lot easier to carry in this game than it is in like League of Legends. So like League like became like the non-meta game because all you need is a dog shit jungler and then your girlfriend's breaking up with you.
Because he's playing with other pro players. But skipping forward, a lot of things happened and he retired from pro play and decided to be.
Sorry, let me just.
A lot of things happened.
That's a fair summary for the situation.
And he retired from pro
The Sinister Sisters
play and decided to become a full-time content creator. Luckily for him, he is not just a robot who aims well. He has hella personality and he has a lot of fans. And this is a fun fact, but I just find it kind of funny that TenZ and the CEO of Wuthering Waves both cosplayed the characters from ReZero, who
I feel like once you as a dude do something like this, there's a thread that gets cut, right? Like I feel like a dude doing a cosplay like this, it's kind of like Hiyuki like burning out one of her futures. I think they get some benefit for it in the present, but there's definitely a sacrifice they're making in the long run. Do you know what I mean? It feels like they're using their own Suzu here by doing this.
Who knew that fate would bring them together?
It's like a permanent, unalterable change in character.
They're like this.
Yeah, you remember what yeah, like y'all, I don't think that there's no better way for this video to have like proven the point that I was just making. I just want y'all to tell that. I feel like that was just poetic.
Up into my world.
It all started
I have one question. Like, what's the intended goal? Like, you try to get like a bunch of gay dudes to like want to fuck you, or like I'm just what's the intended goal here?
when he was queuing for a comp game in Valorant. For the higher ranks in the game, understandably, it takes a long time to queue. I remember back in the day he would play aim trainers, but recently I have seen him play other games. On one stream he said,
Literally any time now. Wait, should I play WuWa while I'm in queue? Because I literally just installed it. I was gonna try it out because the combat like seems so much more intuitive and more fun than Genshin.
So he just wildly out of nowhere took a shot at Genshin and just started playing the game. That's crazy. That's a wild origin story.
and just like that, the journey began. But well, his
That's a painful origin story for Hoyoverse players.
first playthrough wasn't really a playthrough, he was just playing it in between queues. So it's not like he actually dove deep and spent hours on it. He fought Dreamless, the introduction boss.
The Dreamless is not the introduction boss, you fucking LARPer. Dreamless is the fucking chapter 1, act 1 end boss. Crownless is the first boss, you fucking dipshit.
Which hooked him into the game. Like literally every
Oh my fucking god. Now that's embarrassing.
one of us when we first started.
Ooh.
But then he just
Oh. Fuck. Wow, that is some grade A LARPing right there. Holy fuck. You and the editor are both LARPing. LARP man and LARPing.
went back to playing competitive games like Valorant and League. The next day though, after finishing his competitive games, he spent the rest of the stream playing Wuthering Waves, just because a lot of chatters were asking him to play it. And as you can see, from the stream time alone, you can assume he enjoyed his time playing it, because he streamed way longer than usual on that day. But getting into the game though, he was immediately met with the biggest filter for every new player that starts playing Wuthering Waves: dialogue. Mountains and mountains of straight up dialogue.
Mounds of yap yap.
Thank the gods and Solon, we have a skip button.
Okay, should I just skip this? Okay, Sana tells you that Jinshi will meet in 3 days.
But still, he was pressing that skip button a lot. And I don't know, I just don't see that as a good sign. I mean, imagine going from a competitive game where you have to lock in.
He probably has ADHD, bro. I hope y'all recognize that. He probably got ADHD. I would imagine that's why he's good at these games. That and he's like a TikTok kid, isn't he?
To win. So reading a clutter.
He actually has it? Oh, okay. Well, great. But he's literally got like, I mean, the honest term for it is that ADHD is like considered a disability. So like, yes, I guess technically he does have a mental disability that prevents him from fully absorbing the story at the same level as other people.
Dialogue story. He also struggled immensely with pronouncing words that are either Chinese or the jargon in the beginning of the game. And there is a ton of explaining.
I don't know how to pronounce it, man. Imagine like just learning English and then trying to fucking read this. I'm literally a one trick and I still can't do this.
That is, bro, I'm not gonna lie, you must be, maybe it's time to go to community college for a class or two if this is too hard. I'm just going to be honest here. This is not really that crazy of a paragraph. Like if we're struggling to read this, guys, oh dear, we got it. I would not brag about being a one trick if this is hard to read.
Thankfully, he's still
Bro, look at the last sentence. Okay. The only thing crazy here is sexagenary. That's probably the only thing that's crazy here, but it's like, that's obviously capitalized, so it's just meant to be like some fucking weird shit. Like, it's capitalized, so it's like a proper noun, so it's just like some fucking thing, right? That'll probably get explained later. Like, oh man.
I still can't do this.
Thankfully, he still gave it a chance. I remember back then I was using the skip button very often myself. If it weren't for the gameplay, I would have quit immediately.
No, when you learn English, as he said, it's not that easy. I think if that sentence was hard for you to read as a 20-plus-year-old and English is your only language, maybe you're not that great at... I'm just gonna be up. Maybe you're not, like, that amazing at English. Like, bro, if that's your only language and you can't read a regular paragraph...
I guess that goes the same way for TenZ, because...
I'm just saying this, guys. Some people don't recognize this, but this is a literal fact that occurred as a result of the pandemic and COVID. People nowadays are so much fucking worse at, like, reading comprehension than they were, like, 10 years ago. And that's one of, like, the biggest reasons for why the gacha space is so mad retarded. It's because, like, the people are legitimately, they read at, like, a first or second grade level, and they simply don't understand what's being said or communicated to them. That's why there are so many people that are just straight up, like, wrong about, like, story elements. They're just, like, wrong about what happened in the lore. That's why there were so many individuals during my Edge Runners playthrough that just did not actually know what they even watched. I had people going in trying to tell me shit about the story that they got wrong because they're retarded. But that's what media illiteracy is. It's very, very, very big nowadays. And I can't even, like, blame the people at this point. I gotta blame society. Because, bro, people as a whole, we got way more fucking dumb after 2019. Bro, people didn't go to school for 2 years. Bro, they're legitimately, people didn't go to school for 2 years and they used TikTok instead. And guys, TenZ himself literally said he's an English one trick. But now I have retarded people in chat. I have, like, retarded people in chat talking about, like, learning English. Bro, he said he's an English one trick. What are we doing here?
After the YapFest tutorial, a lot of features of the game unlocked for him, and that includes the trials for the newer characters. And
maybe that's why I didn't really have issues with WuWa's story. Guys, think about it this way. A lot of gacha devs, maybe it's in their best interest to dumb down their fucking dialogue like crazy. So just to like account for a, like, audience that you know is gonna be debuffed.
oh boy, like, I don't even have to explain anything. The face that he makes when he enters the trial stage is just priceless. It actually became a meme on Twitter.
You can press G and look down for stronger damage. You guys are so stupid.
It's
That's a classic. That's a classic. But to be fair, she is, like, the only character in the game that can do that, so it is like her global passive.
fascinating because in the beginning, he experienced the parry system and got hooked. But when he got to the trial stages and he sees
His reaction was so gay, though. Well, I mean, you kind of have proof that like, is not the case, so, like...
the ults and animations, I think he actually fell in love.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, wait. Oh, Jesus. Sick. What the?
He's not going to be saying that later when he gets interrupted 17 times trying to do her regular rotation. Yeah, you can't dodge on that character, by the way. I'm just telling you, can't dodge on that character.
After testing the newer characters on the banners and their teams, he went on to experience other parts of the game, like going back to the main story and skipping the dialogues again. But it's not all that, thankfully. There are other aspects of the game besides the story, right? He went out to explore. He unlocked flights. And this is what he said.
Imagine just taking flight through the air like that and just saying it's average afterwards. I'm actually a piece.
And you know what? I think that is fair, considering the environment and the tutorial was pretty basic. But brother, just trust the process because there is so much more to this. Trust me, just give it time because in the future, you will have moments like these.
Oh man, this is really good.
I thought this shit was gay as hell. I'm gonna be honest. I know some people really liked it. I thought this was kind of gay.
Dude, my asshole is fluttering right now.
Oh my god, this is such a banger of a song.
I feel like I'm playing King Hearts.
But legit, the entire
Like, I would just be honest, wasn't that she was kind of gay?
time. I just watched him
Like, what do you want me to say?
as he literally explored the world, running around with the starter characters, killing animals with his god aim. I mean, I guess I can't blame him considering the game he came from. He spends time exploring the overworld, tracking down quest markers, solving the puzzles, and fighting enemies. The veterans have a special word for it. We call it min picking. But God, as a day one player who has played this game for such a long time, I honestly forgot how good it felt when I first started playing Wuthering Waves.
Day one player first played the game. I think it's going to be really interesting to see if, like, what type of player TenZ is actually going to be when it comes to WuWa. You don't actually know, right? If he's going to be a guy that's going in, doing all the exploration, that sort of stuff. Like, I'm personally just of this opinion. Coming from, like, a, like, MOBA or, like, FPS background, maybe they won't be like a big exploration sort of guy, right? But WuWa is kind of like a whole package together experience where at least when you're starting out, unless you're going to be paying thousands of dollars or hundreds of dollars, right? You kind of have to like bundle everything together. You can't just like decide you only want to do the end game and then like not do any of the exploration or like do any of the story or any of the stuff like that. Everyone in here, right, is like talking about, oh, he's gonna turn into a quick swapper. He's gonna turn into a quick swapper. Yeah, he's gonna fuck up the TOA. How does he get there? Right? Like, bro, doesn't he have like level 30 units, like level 40 units, level 50 units? Like, he needs to like get there, bro. And like, it's quite a process. It takes quite a number of hours, quite a lot of days to actually like get there. Like, a person kind of has to like commit. And it's also like, okay, is he gonna be somebody that's just playing for like hours either on or like off stream just to like grind to get like the levels, the essential materials, the fucking flowers to go raise all his units? Is he gonna go over to Honami City, right? Get to Honami City in the story to specifically grind for Chisa's mats? Is he gonna go on over, get all the way, right, to the 3.3 story to grind for Hiyuki's mats in her Tacit Field, right? Is he gonna go all the way to 3. Blah, 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 right? And so there's actually a lot of work involved for everyone, that for the stuff that everyone's talking about, right? Oh, he's going to become a crazy quick swapper and an amazing endgame clearer, right? There's a lot of stuff he needs to do to get there. And the hope, right, is that he absorbs all of the game systems and enjoys all of them while getting to that path. But it's not as simple as getting to like the low maintenance, do your double Tacit Fields and log the fuck off for the day, right? It takes a while to get to that spot in the game. And if you're a day one, it's really easy, right? Because you've been taking all the content piecemeal. But like, bro has literally the whole fucking game ahead of him.
Remember the feeling of being able to grapple, run on walls, and double jump. I remember back then there was like a sequence you could do to jump incredibly high in the game. Like, we didn't even have flight back then, but it was already so magical to me. Seeing TenZ play is like seeing myself play for the first time, and it's a wonderful feeling. I explored the map and enjoyed every little bit of it. But for TenZ, that map has gotten significantly bigger, and I'm just happy for him. Good for him. A highlight.
Apparently, from what I've been reading in chat at the very least, I don't have any like solid facts on it, but from what I've been reading in chat, apparently he's like, TenZ has installed the game on his phone and is doing like dailies and shit in the morning. It sounds like he low-key played the game like a fucking job, and at that point, I guess that motherfucker committed. Oh, he addicted. That's like good and like not good. Like not good for his bank account, and I guess his next girlfriend's. Yeah, he might just not have a second girlfriend.
The exploration that I think is worthy of talking about is when he found the red aura enemy. That was probably the first time where he actually had to lock in a bit more in the combat. His characters were dying and he actually had to dodge the attacks. And I think he's in the right mindset, you know? Right now, he's just bad.
Okay. Obviously, I'm just talking.
But to be honest,
He is using a pretty shit team, bro. Like, Chisa is like, bro, Chisha is almost as bad as Chisa.
glad that he reached that realization early, because we all know later in the game, especially in the holograms, it doesn't matter how much money you spend, it literally won't save you. The endgame bosses here are straight up skill checks in every possible way. But
not the Nameless Explorer. That's the shittiest fight in the fucking game. That is a check. That Nameless Explorer hologram is a camera fight. You're fighting the camera.
that is what makes it fun. That is what makes it amazing. It is not just damage sponges, overinflated HP, but there are actually combat mechanics that you have to do, and it's so good. Thankfully though, he has that pro player mentality.
That's how I know Glaive Keo is LARPing. When he put up the Nameless Explorer as an example of like a good hologram fight. Bro, you could have actually chosen almost any other one. Like literally almost any other hologram in the game, and you chose the gimmick dog shit boss fight. Bro, the LARPing is unreal here. Bro, when's the last time you actually played? I gotta call you the fuck out, Glaive. Bro, I bet you haven't even played this update. Bro, you are fucking LARPing like crazy right now, bro. Bro, you calling the first boss Dreamless, now you doing this?
Competitive mentality. TenZ discovered his characters were literally taking self-damage because he was executing inputs incorrectly.
Why?
I will say that's a relatively new thing they added to the kit, where like Lucy and Bu Ling will like literally kill themselves if you don't do their inputs properly. Which is like, I don't know why they do that, but like it's in the game.
Why does the character do self-damage?
Do you want the short explanation or the long one?
Combo failed.
Instead of getting mad, his pro gamer brain triggered an obsession with mastering the combos. Beta losers will cry about Sanhua's playstyle, but the Alpha TenZ, when he doesn't know how to play a character, he will learn it, and he will learn it well. Fooling, one of the more challenging characters to play in my opinion.
She's really easy. She's one of the easiest characters in the game once you like I think you just need to press 4 buttons on her. Like, you just got to know, like, which buttons to press, but I think it's 4 of them.
Learn her in just 10 minutes. As a new player, he straight up entered the tutorial training grounds to practice the combo inputs.
Yeah, so Bu Ling's rotation is like 3 to 4 buttons.
I was just watching it, and it's just insane. This guy has potential.
So, like, maybe Glaive is LARPing a little... Now it feels like Glaive might be LARPing a little bit over here, where like he's kind of grossly overstating how hard a rotation is. And it's, if you've actually played it, then you would be like, wait, you kind of make a TenZ look slow.
The thing is, this is very interesting. I doubt that he would even get into the game this deep without his chat being incredibly supportive. So I would just like to give a round of applause to whoever was there to watch TenZ play Wuthering Waves and give.
You got some fucking nerds in his chat, bro. It's like, these guys, they like wait for the moment. And I can understand why they're so desperate to backseat. It's because I'm too good at this game and I can't get backseated. So it's like, truly, naturally, they're just been looking for the opportunity to try to like tell somebody how to play this game. They've been fucking chomping at the bit for months. It's just, I'm too good. I'm too good when it comes to things like team comps and like rotations and shit like that, bro. Nobody even tries to make a suggestion because they know I'm already doing the best in slot. It's just that simple, right? It's truly, genuinely just that simple. It's just that easy to understand. So it's like, new WuWa players, think about it this way. Guys, being bad at Wuthering Waves is legitimately like a career buff. Because you will spawn people in your chat who desperately want to tell you how to play, because they'll think you're dog shit at the game. So like, even if you're not bad, like low key, pretend to be bad, and you will just have like plus 100 viewers that desperately want to like give you advice.
Give him tips about the game. You are the absolute goats. The chat provided the real-time combo strings.
This is the type of nerdy like shit, like bro, if somebody typed this shit in my chat, I'd ban them. This is the type of shit I'm talking about over here, you fucking nerds.
His training arcs, typing tips like ult before chainsaw.
I read that you type this shit in my chat, I'm gonna ask why you think I'm retarded. What, you think I need to be told how to fucking play this character that I have a guide for? Bitch.
When he was practicing Chisa, they will tell him about the open world points of interest, like the Red Echo boss we talked about. Without
I
chat,
feel like all those guys are banned from here. I can neither confirm nor deny.
he wouldn't have known it existed. They let him know that Imeth Ardinia has 2 ults. And
Yeah, no, I think if somebody tried to remind me that Imeth had 2 ults, they would get banned. Nah, that is if somebody wrote in my chat that Imeth actually had 2 ults and like implied I wasn't using them, I would ban them, yeah.
that is a big thing, because as a new player, nobody would suspect 2 ults, right?
Because that's the thing, guys. There's a dynamic over here when somebody obviously is like an expert on the game, knows it, and when they don't. And like some guys, bro, there's a meme, right, where it's like, glazing WuWa is why this heart beats, right? Like, it's like, bro, backseating people is why some Twitch chatter hearts beat. I'm not even joking.
And let's
Like, if
be
they couldn't backseat, they'd get off the platform and they would like deactivate their account.
honest here. Imeth's ult is probably the best in the game, and we all had that same reaction when we saw the big robot and the bass drop sound. So TenZ got a
I almost died, bro. I almost choked on coffee. Give me a second. I gotta go clear my throat. So, I took extra damage because I didn't want to spray out on my monitor. Yeah, oh man. Yeah, I took some self-damage there. Like, okay. Alright, we're back. I might be coughing a little bit, but yeah, we're back.
pretty good clip when he saw that live on stream. And because TenZ came from
I feel like I need the context of that.
the Red Echo boss we talked about, without chat, he wouldn't have known it existed. They let him know that Imeth Ardinia has 2 ults. And that is a big thing, because as a new player, nobody would suspect 2 ults, right?
I will say, I'm surprised at how open. I'm surprised at how open he was to this much backseating. But then again, maybe he's just like, maybe like that's the way he's like taking it. Because I remember there's been like a couple of other situations where it's like other people trying to start different types of gacha games. I'm thinking back to like Nicholas Light and Zenless Zone Zero, where bro got backseated so fucking hard in Zenless Zone Zero, he like quit the game in like a day. But then obviously he was also getting backseated in WuWa, but then didn't quit. So maybe it's just the type of backseating that gets done by the game communities. For ZZZ, guys, well, there's a reason why. I assume there's a reason why. How the fuck did NTE go up to like 4.5k? I assume there's a reason why ZZZ has so few viewers all the time. It's because anytime somebody like new tries to get into the game, they get backseated. God damn. Anyways, like, they get backseated into Infinity and beyond. I need to go take a look at this. The new update just released, right? That's why there's a reason why that game was just, like, not growing for the longest period of time. The community is pretty dog shit.
And let's be honest here, Imeth's ult is probably the best in the game, and we all had that same reaction when we saw the big robot and the bass drop sound. So TenZ got a pretty good clip when he saw that live on stream. And because TenZ came from a Genshin background, chat also helped him getting familiar with the characters or with the systems, like how copies of characters work like constellations in Genshin.
Was that him playing Genshin? Bro, why does he look like he's 5 years old?
When TenZ got lost in the UI, the chat provided direct instructions, like C is for echoes, to check his mail, press this button.
What? Bro, what the fuck? Was this the motherfucker 5? Who is that?
to open that. They also gave him poll advice, which is actually very debated in the chat. They initially told him to save the resources because obviously there's a Cyberpunk collab coming. They warned him about the early traps. They explained that the pity carries over. They guided him to maximize the discount banner. But you know, of course, gacha players love to gamba. So
Jesus Christ, bro. I feel like there are some people that are like, at this point, it almost seems like there are some people that are like parasocially, like, owning his account as well.
eventually TenZ folded and wailed on the game. I think it's a pretty funny situation.
At that point, that's what it's like. It's starting to feel like, yeah, like our account.
Since he is a literal multi-millionaire, but chat is still telling him to save his polls. But I think it's also a good sign because these are just good faith chatters who want TenZ to have the best experience possible. But
I will say this. The most annoying type of gacha player is like the free-to-play player that tries to backseat whales. Bro, just like shut the fuck up. Like, dude, like please just shut the fuck up. Like, bro, you are like free to play and like this person is spending money. You live in different fucking worlds. Shut up. Like, holy shit. Dude, the worst, bro, I think the worst instance of this was when I was doing S6R5 polls and these free-to-plays were like trying to backseat which banner to pull on. Bitch, you've never seen this many pulls before. Shut up. Like, bro, like what are you doing trying to give advice? You don't even know what to do here. Like, you have no experience in this. How could you give advice?
my number one praise goes to the top comments on his YouTube livestream VOD. It reads, pretty much what WuWa does is get you hooked into the game early with the combat, but
I know this guy. I think he watches. I think he always posts random fucking shit on my channel too.
everything else around the game can
Don't know if you'll read this. Pretty much everything WuWa does is get you like hooked and shit. Oh, blah. The story early for this region has a lot of terminology. Blah blah blah. You need to understand its slower pace, but afterwards you will not want to skip the story at all. But there's these first few acts is understandable. But give it a proper try after you finish Act 6, you won't be disappointed. Jesus Christ. Yeah, okay, all right.
consistently improves. The story early for this region has a lot of terminology you need to understand, and it is slower pace, but afterwards, you will not want to skip the story at all.
I need to see what this guy is doing on his YouTube channel. Like, how much is he posting about the game? Okay, I'm not gonna lie. What the fuck is his, like, avatar? Wait, what is this? Is fucking Jimmy Neutron shit. What the fuck? Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. The fuck is this? Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. The branding here feels diabolical to me. Yeah, the branding here feels diabolical to me. It looks like a Saturday morning cartoon, but it's the average Valorant thumbnail. Jesus Christ, what a fascinating space. So he posts most of his stuff on shorts. Okay, yeah, okay, I see some WuWa stuff on it. Not a lot though. Not a lot. It's not as much as you would have thought.
In the first
I wonder where this comment even fucking is then.
few acts, it's understandable, but give it a proper try after you finish Act 6. You won't be disappointed.
You should try Valorant, to understand TenZ. I don't need to try out Valorant to see what type of game it is. I think you don't need to ever try Valorant to know what type of game it is. I'm a firm believer of that. You don't need to. Like, you can just look at the gameplay and look at it and be like, yeah, this is not for me.
WuWa's story is really damn good now, especially for a streaming experience due to how cinematic it gets. It is like you are playing through an interactive movie game. So yeah, please give it a proper chance once you start getting into Act 5 or 6 of the first chapter. After
Guys, this is how you play Valorant. You take as many drugs as you can that increase like your reaction time, and then go camp corners and peek until you can crank some 90s.
For these acts, you will see improvements in pretty much everything, so take your time and enjoy it. To which TenZ actually replied, I will keep this in mind while I'm playing more on stream. Thanks for the advice. Happy face emoji.
Probably from a lot of the content I've been doing with Withering Waves recently, they reached out and were like, yo, you want to do a sponsor stream?
And this is like probably the first time I've seen like the WuWa EN sponsorship team like actually do something like pretty intelligent. This might be one of like the big intelligent moves they've done in like a really long time. Like, there's one thing you know about Wuthering Waves as a whole is that like when it comes to marketing on the global side, bro, it's kind of just all done by the game. I am still to this day like baffled at how every single attempt at anything creator involved in EN never pans out. Never. And it's wild that only like I think the only times it's worked out well is like Giguk. That's what it feels. I think it was Giguk. Yeah, those are the few times where it's actually worked out well. And now here too.
And I love the game so much already. And I was like, wait, hold on a second. Like, you're telling me I get to you want to work with me and I get to play a goated ass game on stream? And I'm like, say less.
Another song. I think this Cyberpunk collab playthrough was the only sponsored one that he did.
I mean, at this point, it is obvious that TenZ likes this game a lot. He spends a lot of time on it, and he even spends real world money and whale to get Shisa, a man of culture and
what a waste of fucking dollars.
But he doesn't just get the characters, he actually learns how to play them optimally. This is the high-tier new player that every game actually needs. To make it even more clear, this is what he said at the end of his stream.
I put this game heavy. I'm gonna be completely honest. This game is one of the coolest games I've ever played. I think in terms of like
Union level 7.
Because I think people would like compare this game and Genshin because they're pretty similar in that aspect.
Hit the Union level 7 review.
But I think they're really good for different reasons. I think this one definitely is more catered towards my type of brain.
I don't think anything he's saying is incorrect though. I think I think you can know this by Union level 7.
Where it has like the more intense combos like parrying and like dodging and shit like that. I think I love that kind of stuff way more. So I think this is probably my most like fun one in my personal opinion. Like the combat feel is disgustingly good. The combat feel is actually disgustingly good. I think the Genshin combat, I do feel like it's like I press EQ, maybe one heavy, and then switch to the next character, and then do like EQ heavy, and then switch to the next character. You can just like do that rotation over and over. But this one was like, dude, I don't know. The fact that my character almost kills itself when I do the combo wrong, pretty fire. It's actually.
I don't know if that's the part that I'd want to highlight specifically. That's a little weird.
She's so fire.
Yeah, one of my favorite parts about the game is that my character kills themselves.
It punishes you for being bad.
Looking at this, it is pretty clear cuts, right? It is not like
that's like low-key what he said.
Genshin is bad. Nobody said that, and I hope people don't make narratives and don't make shit up about anyone saying that. Wuthering Waves is just more catered to his brain.
I'm sorry. It's just like that was like his glaze statement only had like 5 things in it.
Ultimates, the animations, the combats, the exploration, those are the things that just click with him. Even the 4 stars have amazing animations and design, so much that he actually learned how to play them. Every character in this game is designed in a way that feels like they matter, and personally I love that. So I can't wait for TenZ to experience the game a lot more and find out more things to love as he plays.
The main thing that I want to see is TenZ doing some endgame content. I want to see that dude do TOA, I want to see that dude do WuWa, and I want to see that dude do End State Matrix. Because that to me is like the true test of, okay, like, does this guy actually like this game? Because like, bro, I don't know very many people who even like play the end games and like upload videos about it anymore. Bro, am I the only one that does it? Bro, am I the only one that uploads videos about the end game mode? Does nobody else like feel like doing that? Bro, does nobody else do that? I feel like I don't really see anything. Mormon and the Geon mate. Yeah, okay. But this is the thing with like Mormon. I don't think Mormon does anything else. Like that's the part that's funny, is I don't think Mormon does anything except upload endgame videos.
Because if you feel this way about the game in the very early versions already, trust me, you are only going up from here. Because Wuthering Waves ages well, like a fine wine. It rises in stock like Bitcoin. But the difference is, it is never too late to join and have fun together. But what do you think about the TenZ situation? Do you think it's a wholesome story? Do you think you should invite more content creators to cover it? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to show your supports by liking and subscribing to the channel. Share the video to the people you think might enjoy the video.
All right. Awesome actual coverage over here by Glaive. This kind of like came off as like a very like documentary oriented piece over here. Got a lot of knowledge, right? Got a lot of like that background. Actually got to understand a bit more what's actually happening live. Yo, ya boy Kumar. What the f? Yo, appreciate the 50 gifted subs, bro. Actually out of nowhere. God damn. Yo, appreciate that, brother. Last week, Soulja Boy was playing WuWa. Bro, if I got to collab with Soulja Boy, that would be the craziest shit ever. Bro, I only know one song by him, though. It's the Soulja Boy up in that hoe. Watch me crank that. Watch me go. That's the only one I know. It's still a banger. No, that shit is still a banger.